how about a hit of
nostalgia?
The other day, I was hanging out in the Twitch chat of one of my favorite streamers.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit Tony Mo when I come around.
And a bunch of us started talking custom controllers. One individual mentioned a company I had never heard of before, Beaver Customs. I clickety-clacked my way over to their site and started browsing their options for a custom Xbox One controller. I found they offered an impressive selection of options, both physical and cosmetic, so I bookmarked their page and decided I'd come back another day. But that wasn't before I stumbled upon several front shell options under their aesthetics tab. This included a selection of stock colors, custom colors for their custom soft touch shells, and more importantly, the exact thing that brings us here today. My hit of nostalgia, if you will. You see, Beaver offers not one, not two, not three, but 6 color options in translucent. Not transparent. Translucent actually means semi-transparent, which these shells are since they're not completely see-through. But semantics aside, what you are looking at now is a piece of pure, unadulterated nostalgia. A translucent green Xbox One controller practically identical to the one that launched alongside the limited edition translucent Halo original Xbox. Translucent hardware, which included both controllers and consoles, was the business for quite a few generations. The N64, the GameCube, the PlayStation 2, and the original Xbox had a combination of first and third-party hardware available in translucent colors. As a kid and even now, there's just something about a see-through controller that still gets me grinning. They looked fantastic when they were done right, and the first-party offerings were sought after by everyone who wandered into the living room for that next match of Mario Kart or Halo. I imagine, and I think I remember, even quite a few fights breaking out over these controllers, regardless of the fact that they performed just the same as the standard controller. You just wanted to be the cool kid with the cool controller. That being said, third-party offerings for translucent hardware definitely didn't always match the quality of their first-party counterparts. In fact, many companies use these sexy-looking shells in combination with cheap LEDs, and honestly, they still try and do this today, to make their $20, $30 controllers appeal to a consumer that just didn't know any better, or simply couldn't afford any better. First-party controllers were always pretty pricey, and they're even more pricey today. So you bought the $20 controller, and hey, it looks cool. It's translucent. It might even actually be completely clear. It's got some LEDs in it, right? That's gotta be worth something. Yeah, not so much as we soon found out. You see, in my day, the only person who voluntarily used a third-party controller like these was the one who was unfortunate enough to not bring their own controller and walk into the room last when we all booted up Halo. They didn't last long, they broke quick, and even fresh out of the box, they often had gummy buttons and sloppy joysticks. You definitely had a very good excuse for not doing well that night in Team Slayer if you got stuck with one of these bad boys. Nonetheless, I think the appeal still stands, and even some of the fine folks over on Twitter remember the awesome of these translucent beauties. It's a trend I would love to see return, especially when it's so clear that modern hardware, like this Xbox One controller and the PlayStation 4 controller I have here, look even better in their translucent shells. Their PCBs are cleaner, and their visible circuitry and rumble motors are just a nice sight to behold. I would pay a pretty penny to see the next Xbox One Elite controller available in translucent green. I'd pay a very pretty penny for that. But let me know if you got your hit today, and I'm sure I'll see you again soon for another hit of nostalgia.
You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your lives.